Well, it's officially been 1 year since I started vlogging. My original goal was 52 individual vlogs by the end of the year, which I didn't hit. Although I'm still proud of being able to at least put out as much content as I did. To start out this year, a little bit of snowboarding, driving through the snow at the beginning of the year, and then this is me in Cabo, St. Lucas, Mexico, getting my drone and all my camera equipment sort of rechecked when I landed in Mexico. Turns out they ended up sending me into the customs office and made me pay a $750 import tariff. Anyways, spoke to my credit card company, got it handled. We're able to hit to links the day after and just kind of enjoy the holiday season. Got some cool whale watching, whale sighting videos here. Some on my phone, some on my FX3, and just sort of hanging out in DC with the family for the week. This is my little setup that we had to record the DVR that we had from the ESPN drone shoot that we did. And after the holidays kind of wrapped up, second week of January, I flew up to Boston to shoot for the NFL Players Association, doing some brain and body assessments for big players. In particular, I was working with Ricky Williams. He's a ex-Heisman, no, not ex, he's a Heisman Trophy winner, ex-NFL player, really good running back, and it was cool to kind of see him go through his process with his doctors and kind of just talk about the things that you don't really get to hear from a health perspective for some of these professional athletes. So, yep, went ahead and had my piece of candy for prep and got started. So just built the FX3, FX6. FX3 was on gimbal, and then we also had another DP named Jake, who I work with a lot, who drove up from another shoot in New Jersey, brought his FX6, and yeah, helped us shoot and light the interviews. All in all, it turned out really well. We shot everything on the Leicas to try and match the crew in NOLA, New Orleans, Louisiana, who was shooting on FDs, just something to give a little bit more character. Sony across the board, though, and yeah, everything turned out well. Here's the B-roll from that shoot. Alrighty, finally finished prepping. Took me a while. Kind of pulling out all the stops in today's a travel shoot, so obviously not everything was where I normally have it. But we're running the RS2 gimbal. This will end up being the backup. Andre's bringing his RS3 that we'll probably use. We've got the focus motor on there, and we're running the Leicas for everything today. Got the 35 and the FX6 kind of all rigged out, and then I've got the 50 on the FX3, which will go in the gimbal. Drone batteries. Borrowing these from Jake, friend slash DP, to run audio. I've also got some other smaller recorders that will be if we need to record any more than 2 or 3 people. But yeah, running time code, 1 recorder, 2nd recorder in my kits, and let's see, we've got tubes here. And then the idea is we're gonna try and get my F22, which is somewhere in there on the ceiling, using this guy. And that way we can kind of just pre-light the space, and that'll really be all that I have to worry about. We can fill with the tubes and get any extra, light that way. Yeah, drone for establishing shots, and we will see you tomorrow.
I would love to get
It would be nice to get more footage of him.
I know.
But we might be able to do that tomorrow.
Maybe we'll get some time.
It's the squad. Day 1, and this is location number 3. We've been running around to all these different hospitals, and this is location 3 of 3, but we have to go back to location 1 after that. And to make things worse, bring it just 1 tube, just the normal stuff. And to make it worse, our producer is hobbling. 3 days out. How many days ago was their surgery? 5 days ago, and he's out here working.
At Mass General Hospital and Brigham and Women's Hospital.
And so this is the first year you've been dealing with patients who were former NFL players.
That's correct.
But your history, like you just said, was in dealing with veterans who had been to war.
Yes.
And if you could, tell me again how that intersection...
Meaning how your brain is communicating with your muscles. So I want you to just look at what I'm doing, okay?
Mm-hmm. And so that's a big shift. And I think one thing that people don't oftentimes think about is, when you had a super structured life, and then to really be a professional football player, you have to fit on the weight. You're going to be looking at.
Oh, they'd be looking forward.
They're really going to.
They're looking that way?
You're almost shooting it this way.
Okay. That's more realistic.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
All right, we just wrapped.
These things that virtual, where it's in person. So the thing is, maybe there's more time before then.
Alright, so we just wrapped on day 1. As you can tell, I'm like in a hospital right now. Shot MRI, shot a CT scan, shot a heart scan, shot like 2 more mental tests, like so many different doctor's offices today. But yeah, the shoot's going great. We have 2 more days of shooting. Tomorrow is more of the same, and then an interview on Thursday, and then we're out of here. So everything's going great.
These bones here that are lined up are called the vertebra. If you ever heard of a disc, the discs live between.
Sorry, I gotta get a small little section of this for my... This is just 2. You want this one on the bottom too, or on top? We could probably just squeeze the arms in like that, right? Yeah. And then this one up here.
Start stacking everything.
Oh, here, we need this. says about the mummy remains? Can I have Solomon sit in?
Who you become, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because the nature of the play and anyone, because yeah, I've gone through transitions, but I don't think there's anyone alive from the age of 20 to 48 that hasn't gone through transitions.
That was great. He was thorough and also succinct. I was kind of looking for more depth, but it was okay. Yeah.
So this screen.
This screen's better?
Yeah. You want to step that way, Andre? Split. Well, yeah. Like, how easy do you to like just
Than what you would think of. So they didn't have an MRI machine there, but
you scan?
I started out at the beginning. I also told him if during he hears anything and he asked for that not to be part of the filming to let us know.
That was actually good.
could we discuss some of that stuff? Yeah.
I think as long as I'm not saying anything different than what I said in
Exactly.
more detail.
No.
You put it on 4 on or two. You can do 2-8-4 split.
I saw you went to Stanford.
Just because
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone, all sites average 2.5, give or take.
2.5 days.
Yeah.
Deserve to